pattern. They use, it's got a V-neck there, got some light reflecting, and my buddy here helping me. They use a band, a front band. So you'll see they tell us to cut 4 bands. So to raise this neckline was very easy. I sewed a size 14 and the neckline should have been down there. So usually I just kind of go with intuition as to how much higher I want it. It's always going to be about an inch, maybe 1.5 inches or 2 inches higher. I took my curved ruler and just drew in a line to raise it, and then I cut it, and you can see that I added about an inch. So that was for a band. This next one is one that I love, this Simplicity. This over here, by the way, was New Look 6748. This is Simplicity 8657. It's that caftan, and I love, love, love. This is my prison dress. So it's got that deep V. Excuse me, honey. And what I did for this one is pretty much the same thing. I was cutting a size small, which we can see right here, and I wanted to raise it up pretty high. Just take my curved ruler, make sure that it's lined up on up here, make sure that it's lined up with the size you're cutting, and then you can just sort of pivot your ruler and raise it as much as you'd like. Okay? So that's what I did with this one, and I raised this neckline pretty high up. This is not cut on the fold, but you can easily do it too if it's also cut on the fold. And this is finished with bias binding, so there were no facings to adjust. The last one I'll show you, excuse me, sir. Could we please have the last fabric? The last pattern, I mean. Thank you. Okay. This one is that Kwik Sew tunic. And I was just going to show you, I haven't cut out view A yet. But if I wanted to raise this neckline, let's say I'm cutting a small again. Okay, so I would just take my curved ruler and I would line it up with that small shoulder seam, okay? Is that lined up? Oh my gosh. You can see I'm doing this one-handed. I'm gonna line it up with my small shoulder seam. It gets confusing, doesn't it? Because there's 2 lines on there. Well, at any rate, you line it up with that shoulder seam, and then you can just pivot out here and raise it as much as you'd like. So if I wanted to make a new line, I would put the ruler there, and then I would just draw it and make sure that it's going to curve over to this center line. Oh my gosh, I don't think I can do this by myself. So anyway, you would just raise it up there. Sometimes what I do to make it even easier is I stay on my cutting line. That's extra small. I stay on my small cutting line, and I would just cut into one of these already printed higher necklines. So I would stay on small, and I just maybe cut that large to raise it up. So since this one has a facing, you would simply need to make the same change to the facing. So in that case, you'd want to measure how many inches you raised the neckline and transfer that to your facing and cut. That's how I raise necklines. I don't do it too often, but if I look at something and think that it's going to be really low, I just raise it up with my trusty sewing rulers. One of these is called Olympha, and the other one is just called Dritz 12 inches curved ruler. I use those rulers. I'm sure you do too. I use them constantly. All right, let's go look at some patterns.
Hey, look up.
Okay, I went to the Vogue sale and I got a passel of new Kwik Sews. When I got home from the Vogue sale, I had forgotten one. Doesn't it always figure? Vogue 1652. I don't imagine that this has a whole lot of fans, but I happen to love it. I especially love the long one with that ruffle. Not crazy about booties like this. I feel like they cut people off when they're dark. But I do love that dress. I love the short one too. It's got a little raised collar and a little tie. All right. I don't know if I will do the gathered cuff. I haven't decided yet. But that'll be a nice winter dress. You could make it a summer dress and make it short sleeved in a light fabric. Vogue 1653. They have a lot of views featured on the front. And I think they've belted every single one of them. But the dress is not made with a gathered waist seam. I like this dress because the waist seam is slightly raised. You can make a tie for it. I love a V-neck. And speaking of raising necklines, yes, I believe I will be raising that neckline. But it has side pockets and it just looked great to me. Vogue 1653. Where are my other Vogues? Here they are. This is a very easy 9274. I don't know. This is out of my comfort zone. I don't wear tailored, rather militaristic coats like that, jackets. But I thought, why not? Just make one. See how you like it. It's got a good pants pattern in there. They are straight leg and they are elasticized at the waist. The jacket is unlined. I guess that's why it's a very easy. And it's got a slanted line of buttons. The last Vogue is a 5 easy pieces. It is made for knits. The pieces are dress, tunic, 2 styles of pants, and I guess 2 styles of tunics. One is sleeveless, one is long sleeved, and the color blocking is different on those tunics. Love the little dress, love the skinny pants. There are all those pieces in Vogue 9175. I thought I would get a lot of mileage out of this pattern. And of course, color blocking is fun. They took a risk here because they have solids and then they did a print for the pants. I don't know. Do you think it works? Not sure. Kwik Sews. I'm gonna try and make this little jacket. This is Kwik Sew 4194. I liked the pants a lot because they have that wide waistband, which is elasticized. And I like that jacket with the hood, kangaroo pocket, and zipper down the front. And there's a vest in there. Very cute. Kwik Sew 4069, my favorite turtleneck pattern. They were on sale for $3.99, so I picked up another because I want to make a lot of turtlenecks. This one fits right out of the package. Couldn't be easier. Love it. Kwik Sew 4069. 3363 pants. Now I favor straight leg or skinny pants. I never ever wear bootleg. I do wear flared in, you know, loose fitting palazzo pants kind of thing. So my point being, these look a little wide to me. I might taper them in a bit, but I thought, please Kwik Sew, please have a good zip fly placket instruction. And I know that I can look up Sandra Betzina's or, you know, any number of designers' zip fly instructions, but I hope that I can just use the instructions for this and make it start to finish. Kwik Sew 4188, that is a knit top. I'm not sure about the fit on her, but I do like the top, and I especially like that little curved hem. I think that can be very flattering. There are the line drawings. We see a back seam, and you know, seams mean fit. Seams and darts are great for fit. Kwik Sew 4137, I just thought that was such a cute skirt, very basic. It is drafted for knits. It has an elasticized waist. I love the shape of it. You could lengthen it or shorten it. I hope it's versatile. Kwik Sew 4029, look at this jacket. I thought that was so pretty. It is lined. I'm facing my linings. I'll show you my book in a second. You can also color block the lapels. We have princess seams going on. Very beautiful. It does not have a two-piece sleeve. However, I think that the sleeves, I hope the sleeves will not be voluminous. Kwik Sew 4028. This is a cowl neck sweater. It is for knits. I'm not a big cowl necker, but I like it. I think it's cute. The other day, Joy had on a top with a cowl neck. It was so cute on her. So that is a knit top, pullover top, dropped shoulders. I'm a little tired of dropped shoulders, but you know, in a knit, it's fine. And lastly, I have this cut out. So this is a duplicate 3693, a simple little jacket. Does not have any closures. You can choose the one without front pockets, or you can put in this style of pockets. I am making a navy blue one right now because I need navy blue toppers. That is my recent pattern acquisition. I'll go get that lining book and then I'll show you one more thing before we go. Hang on. Well, as soon as I got this, I thought, why did you buy this? Oh boy, Easy Guide to Sewing Linings by Connie Long. It's a slim book. At least I didn't pay much. It was $5.80. So what do we have in here? I just paged through it. Of course, I was feeling like a boss after lining my dress. You would have thought I had struck gold. The purpose of lining a garment: jacket linings, coat linings, vest linings, skirt linings, pants linings, dress linings, sheer and lace garment linings, sweater linings, and lining vests. So it seems pretty comprehensive, but I don't know if I will ever pick it up and use it. This is nice though. Remember when I did that little bit about folding a pocket facing? I couldn't figure it out. And then when I did, I thought, I'm gonna have to tell everyone. So they actually address that in this book, which is great. And I would never line pants. I don't think I would ever in a million years line pants, but we do know that a lining is purported to elevate a garment, make it hang better, give it more structure. In winter, it's gonna be warmer, and it really looks nice inside. So that was my book that I purchased on linings. And the last thing I'm gonna leave you with, I was over at Candace's and I said, hey, what are these? She's like, oh, I'm just gonna throw those out. And I'm like, whoa, time out. I'm gonna take them home and frame them. And I'm gonna put them up in my sewing room. She just had girls in Fashion Girls. So there were 3 on this page, and they're painted. And there were 3 on this page. And I think they're absolutely perfect for my sewing room. I'm kind of running out of wall space, but she was gonna throw these away. I said, don't throw anything away until I can look at it first, please. Thank you so much for the feedback on my dress. I loved hearing from all of you. I tried to answer everyone on that video. I appreciate you so much. Without you, there's no channel. I am sewing. I have that jacket cut out. I'm making a dress that took 4 yards of fabric, every inch of 4 yards. I've made Brad a couple things, so he'll be back in my makes video for November. Ooh, I made something to eat. Hang on. These are cranberry orange breads. And I didn't have any oranges. So I zested some mandarins, and then I went to juice them because it took zest and orange juice. And I'll tell you, it's not really good to juice mandarins that have had most of their peel taken off, because they just split and juice was going flying everywhere, but it worked. We have wonderful friends from the West Coast coming in tonight, and I want to give them a loaf of this. They're our next door neighbors, and they have moved back to Seattle, but they've hung on to their house because they're going to sell it next spring. So I'm absolutely thrilled about them coming back for a visit, and I was cooking today. I made them broccoli cheese soup, and I'm just gonna put it in their fridge and have the bread waiting for them. And you know, cooking and sewing, I wish I could do them both at the same time. I adore cooking, I love baking. You know how I feel about sewing, but you cannot do them at the same time. I don't care what you say. One last thing. Do you ever come up with sewing solutions when you're laying in bed? I do often. And if you have interest in seeing how I did that lining in my dress that didn't have any shoulder seams, I can definitely show you that. But I was thinking, well, once I put those sleeves in, the necklines, the front and back necklines are lined, but that little edge of the sleeve won't be lined. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I thought, well, I'm just gonna put bias binding all around the entire thing, including the lined parts. Well, that's not an ideal situation, but it was something I could do. Then when I was actually working with it, I found that I could serge the edges of those sleeves, just fold them over and stitch all the way around the neckline. But I often will leave something, get into bed for the night and start thinking, and then an idea comes. I just wondered if that's kind of a sewing phenomenon. Well, let me hear from you, and love to all. I will see you soon. Bye, and keep sewing. Bye.